Hey guys, what is up? Sunny Dragon here, welcoming you to the Week 5 match of the WWDL. This time, it is our second cross-division match in the conference. And this week, we are facing Chris, one of the undefeated one of the undefeated coaches. So, this is kind of scary. So he is 4-0 as of right now, and we are 3-1. Kind of scary to deal with this, but I think we can do it. After taking a forfeit win last week, I was really looking forward to getting a matchup and playing it, as well as getting a match for Scrafty, because I really want to use Scrafty in a match this season, because I love using Scrafty in League. But I can't just make a team just like that, put some mods, and I have to think about it. And since Chris is undefeated as of right now, I have to buckle down. So I actually sat with the usual. I sat with Robin, who kind of bounced ideas around. Some ideas were funny, like Ice Fang HP fighting Mega Steelix. Others were kind of serious. But I also sat down with the other undefeated coach in our conference, Ace, who so far is our only defeat against. And even though he is our divisional rival, I sat down with him. We kind of bounced ideas around as well. And I was really glad that I did, because I brought some things I probably wouldn't have if I did. Chris's team, which is very threatening, is Garchomp, Togekiss, Chandelure, Alola Ninetales, Rotom-Mow, Garbodor, Mega Lopunny, Starmie, Registeel, Mandibuzz, Crustle. So that's a lot of rock weaknesses, a few ground, and a few ice as well. So with this, I had some idea to go through. Looking at his team, since he has a big rock weakness, I guess Steelix is a pretty obvious brings in lets the rocks from ease, and also nice defensive wall. Granted, doesn't really want to take high jump kicks from Mega Lopunny, but then again, I probably can live one or two. So I brought a max HP, I brought max HP, 56 attack, and 204 defense with an Impish nature. Again, Stealth Rocks. I again brought Smackdown for the flying types. Also, Rotom-Mow. Now that I'm thinking about it, it is a neutral hit. Heavy Slam, because it does like 80% to Mega Lopunny uninvested. And with the investment, I guarantee one hit KO with rocks if I live the high jump kick, that is. And then Earthquake for stab, which hits Registeel and Crustle for nice damage. Granted, Smackdown is super effective, but it is what it is. Next, I brought Volcarona after coming off a great 4-0 sweep against Dean. In that battle, if you really want to see that sweep, I'll put the link down in the description for you guys to watch that match. I'm bringing a Volcarona again, this time though under the strict advice of Ace, a defensive max HP, max defense leftovers. I'll be honest, I was very skeptical of this because of the 65 base defense of Volcarona, and I was like, dude, it's gonna get shit on. But I still listen to him because I trust him, and I was like, if anything, Volcarona can kind of hold its own. It can take a few hits with the HP investment, and it still does pretty nice damage with its special attack. It is running Toxic U-Turn, Flamethrower, Roost for recovery, along with the leftovers. Also, it complements the Flame Body pretty nicely for any non-edge mons. Edge being Stone Edge. Any contact physical moves have a 33% chance to burn. And again, something like Lopunny whose best way to attack me is return. With this, I can actually live a return, and with leftovers, it is not a 2-hit KO. It's like a 5% chance to a KO. And Roost allows me to heal back all the damage that's been done and gives me more chances to go for Flame Body. That's the idea behind Volcarona. Also have Toxic for the Mandibuzz if it comes. Next we have Choice Scarf Gardevoir, max speed, max special attack, modest, because I outspeed Lopunny anyways. Moonblast for stab hits hits Garchomp and Mega Lopunny for super effective. Thunderbolt for the flying type Starmie as well. And then I had Shadow Ball for Chandelure, which could potentially come and ruin my day for both my ground types, because both of them don't like fire, and one of them is weak to grass as well. And offensive Ghost is really great anyways. I had also Healing Wish in case anything I need be. I can sacrifice Gardevoir, get nice health back on one of my mons. I am bringing Bulk Up Scrafty again. Basically the same set as last week's, max HP, 200 special defense, careful nature, 40 defense, and 20 attack. Again, Shed Skin leftovers, that's how you go with Bulk Up set. I brought Iron Protect as my coverage move slot for the Lopunny, and I brought Drain Punch as well for the Registeel, because I can 1v1 the Registeel very nicely. You can't Toxic or Thunder Wave me because I have Shed Skin, or granted that's mindset behind Shed Skin. And then I had Rock Slide because there is a lot of rock weaknesses: Crustle, Mandibuzz, Togekiss, Chandelure, Alola Ninetales, what's the other ice type? No, there's another ice type. It's 2 fairies, right? Yeah, Togekiss, Chandelure, Alola Ninetales, and Mandibuzz, and Crustle. Don't like rock stab. Rock coverage, sorry. Messing up my words. So sorry about this. That's why I have Rock Slide. Next I have, with the help of Rob, me and Rob came up with this amazing set. We have Tyranius Therian, Rocky Helmet for the Lopunny as another wall. This is probably the better wall in my opinion, because I kind of know how to use this. Rocky Helmet with Regenerator, so I can take those high jump kicks really nicely and use around a click return, because then I just one-shot with Hurricane. I have 104 speed to outspeed a Garchomp, max speed Jolly. I am Hasty Nature. I have max HP and 152 in defense, so I'm taking those returns for days. I have, especially with the Regenerator, I have U-Turn to help boost the Regenerator. I have HPS for the Garchomp. It's 2-hit KO with the investment that I have. It's not a lot, but it's a guaranteed 2-hit KO with Rock, so it's fine. Then I have Hurricane, which is guaranteed one-shot on Lopunny. That's its job. Then I had Tailwind as a fun move, and Tailwind for the Mamoswine or the Volcarona. It's a kind of a troll thing, but those things can sweep and do damage. And then I'm bringing Mamoswine. This is another set by Ace. Well, it is. I was gonna bring Mamoswine anyways, but he kind of changed it up. He told me to run Salac Berry, which makes sense because Mamoswine can take a lot of hits with its base bulk. So Salac Berry gives me +1 for those of you who don't know if I go under 25%, which means I can outspeed some mons like Alolan Ninetales if it's not Scarf, or Adamant Garchomp. I can outspeed Adamant Lopunny if I go Jolly, which I do go for that. Substitute for that as well as living a high jump kick from Lopunny and Stone Edge from Garchomp and anything like that. Earthquake for stab, as well as hits Registeel quite nicely. Protect as well. Protect substitute for the Lopunny, which is really nice. And as my ice stab, I have Icicle Spear. This is really where Ace comes in, because he's like, I said the Yachi's pretty obvious if Garchomp's coming, and he's like, why don't you go Icicle Spear? You're guaranteed to hit at least twice, and even with the Yachi, it's a kill. Yeah, Icicle Spear has what, like, your 25 base power, so it's pretty bad, but I made it stab 4 times super effective, even with the Achi. I have really do a lot of damage, and chip damage is a guaranteed kill, and I'm probably not going to hit minimum of 2, I might hit 3 or 4, which is a guaranteed kill, so that's nice. Anyways, looking at this team is very threatening. I played really safe. Looking at this team, I kind of wanted Rocks for the Ninetales and Crustle easily. I know this Crustle has 9 kills right now. Like, he's trying to get this in the top. It has more kills than like Lopping, it's insane. So I'm like, I kind of want to get this thing out of the way as quick as possible. Rocks are the way to go, if anything. I don't really have a great switch or great lead because I don't know what he's going to go with. And Steelix is my safest and my most, in a way, most expendable mon at this point. So I lead Steelix as he goes into Rotom. I Mega Ball, I just go Rocks. I'm like, he can't do anything. He can't Volt Switch on me. He probably is gonna Will-O-Wisp me. I'm fine with that. To be honest, I'm just gonna click Rocks. So he does go for the Will-O-Wisp. He does connect, which is, I mean, it's fine. I go with our Stealth Rocks. Take a little bit of damage. I just go for the, I think I go for the Smackdown, just to see, I just want to see how much damage it does. So 11% on the Starmie, which is pretty funny. So, oh yeah, by the way, with this percent, I forgot to mention that if Starmie takes, I think, 28%, Jolly Earthquake from a Mamoswine does kill. So now Starmie is very, very close to the range for an Earthquake from Mamoswine. So that means I kill with an Earthquake. Granted, I have to watch out for the Hydro Pump, because if it's Hydro Pump, I get one shot. If it's Scald, I have a chance. I live, but I have a chance to get burned. So I have to watch out for that. But I did want to mention that because that is very key, because Mamoswine can easily come clean up once a few Keymons are gone, like Rotom and Starmie. So he goes for a Rapid Spin. I'm like, alright, that's cool. I just go for the Earthquake, 33%. I was like, that's nice damage. I switch, because I'm like, I want to see what he does. I go to Hoodlum my Scrafty. Because he is my, I didn't really have a switch, and I was like, I kind of want him to keep Steelix just in case, and if anything, I can pressure out Starmie to switch out because of Dark Stab, and he can't hit me with his Psychic Stab. Granted, if I Psychic Whip Steel, anyways. But that's what he does, and it works out because also Scrafty is very specially bulky because of the investment, so which is nice. So I eat up this Scald really nice. It's a crit and does 40%. So it's like doing around 20%, and with my leftovers, I don't do that much. So I just go for the Rock side, expecting the Ninetales to come in on the knockoff, which doesn't happen, which is kind of unfortunate. I go for the bulk up. I'm like, I can sit on 1v1 this, and he goes for the Thunder Wave. I was like, oh, alright. Treadskin's gonna proc, right? Nope, doesn't proc. I was like, this is fine. I'm just gonna bulk up. He outspeeds me because of Paralyze. It gets Stealth Rocks. I'm gonna bulk up again. I'm like, now I'm gonna start doing damage. This turn he switches out when I click Drain Punch. Goes to Ninetales, and I get Paralyzed. I was like, I could have gotten a good chunk. It's neutral. I got +2. I'm switching out. And as you also can see that there's no Snow Warning on the Ninetales, which was a prep on Chris's part, which might have changed the battle, might not. I'll talk about that later on in the match. But a few things happened. I mean, there's a lot of hacks early on, as you can see. No Snow Warning. I get parried, stuff like that. I just take the Moonblast, 20%. I was like, that's fine. I'm just gonna click Heavy Slam. I think I went to go click Heavy Slam. He switches out. It goes into Starmie, and I just go with Heavy Slam. I do 18%, which is pretty terrible. Should have just clicked Earthquake. I switch out, and I go back to Scrafty again. Goes to the Scald again. Yeah, 25%. I'm taking these hits. pretty nice. And since I'm paralyzed, I can't get burned. So it works. It goes back into Ninetales as I go for Rock Slide, and I get paralyzed. I'm like, that actually kind of mattered. I was like, like, I kind of need to keep Scrafty alive for the Registeel. So I'm just going to sack off Steelix at this point, because I'm like, I don't have a really great switch in. And I think I go directly into Volcarona. I can live any one hit. He doesn't want to throw Moonblast at this thing, and I go for the Flamethrower. He goes into Crustle, I don't know why. He says he went into Crustle in case I go for Quiver Dance, but looking at this damage, with no investment, I do about 66%. If I investment, that's probably one shot. If I Quiver Dance as a defensive mon like that I am, I probably one shot still. So I don't see this as a great play. This actually, he loses one of his sweepers. This thing could have easily swept me late game. Could have set up on the Steelix, White Herb, kill the Steelix. Volcarona can't touch it because it outspeeds. Kills Tornadus. Like, I don't know why he did this, but he does. And I know I outspeed. I did check. I outspeed a Jolly, Crustle, and I just go Flamethrower again, and Volcarona picks up its first kill as a defensive mon, and I was like, this is pretty great. So I'm at 63%. And he goes into Lopunny, so I was like, alright, moment of truth. This is what Ace told me why I should bring this specific set. I went against my gut, and I brought it, and I was like, I trust him. Moment of truth, let's see how well this works. So he goes return, because that's his only play. And I know with the health I'm at, I can live one return barring a crit. So I'm just going to click Roost. Not because I'm going for Flame Body or anything, I'm just going to click Roost just to get the health back, and because that, plus the damage, whatever damage he has left, plus leftovers, I'm slowly going to just gain recovery over time. And he's going to be forced to switch out return. And at a point, I'm going to be at full HP. I'm going to just, he can return me, I can Flamethrower, do some damage, or I can Toxic, I can do so many things. I just click Roost because I want to keep Volcarona alive, because if I switch it out, that means it dies next time it goes to rocks. That was my game plan. I was like, I need to keep this thing alive because I know I'm going to be switching it out at some point for that Starmie, and I need to keep this thing alive, so I'm just going to Roost for that reason. And because if I live this, I can use it again. But Volcarona is out here taking lives and burning the Lopunny. I mean, yeah, I'm sorry to say that kind of mattered because now Lopunny can't touch Volcarona anymore. But, I mean, it is a 33% chance, and since it's defensive and I clicked Roost, it was bound to happen at some point. I mean, this one I can't really say much about. It was bound to happen. That was why Volcarona was here, mostly for this specific reason. So I'm not going to say this hacks really mattered, but I am sorry about it. So I just go for the Roost, and now his return can't do anything. So he just switches it out, and he goes into Registeel, and I go Flamethrower. I was like, he can't do anything to me. This, on the other hand, this burn, I didn't try to get, and I am going to say this, I'm sorry for, because this mattered. Because if I didn't get this burn, his leftovers allowed Registeel to live another Flamethrower, which meant he could have lived one more turn and not get 2-hit KO'd and click Thunder Wave and ruin my day on this Volcarona. I'm going to say that I am quite sorry. Granted, I could have switched on to Scrafty, take nothing from rocks, take the switch, and then just get a free Rock Slide off and Drain Punch. But yes, I am sorry about this this specific burn from the Flamethrower mattered. I'll admit that, and I'm sorry about it, Chris. I really am. Things aren't going great for you at all. Lopunny burn, I will say though, that I'm not too sorry about because it was bound to happen. So I'm just gonna get the leftovers. He does too, but because of the burn, he goes under half again, and this means Flamethrower is a 2-hit KO on this Registeel. And I just keep on getting health recovery, and he goes into Starmie finally. At this point, I'm just safe. I can go directly into Scrafty, take the hit, and still doesn't know I don't have knockoff. Still doesn't know that. He switches out again because he's scared of his knockoff. As I go for Rock Slide, I get it. That's 45%. Imagine if I had slightly more investment, or I just went max. I got rid of the defensive investment and just put in HP. That would have been so much more damage. I finally get rid of my Shed Skin. I need to keep Scrafty alive because this is my switch into a Starmie. So he goes into Starmie, expecting the Volcarona. I go into Gardevoir because I'm like, I can take any hit from that. He switches out and he goes into Lopunny. I don't know why. I clicked Thunderbolt on the Starmie because I was like, it's super effective, does damage. In hindsight, if I clicked Moonblast, it would have been smarter because Rotom didn't 4 times resist Thunderbolt, or it doesn't 4 times resist Moonblast like it does Thunderbolt, and Lopunny probably did get one shot. But I just clicked Thunderbolt, and Burn chips it down. He does. I do a little bit more with Thunderbolt. He lives, return, does over half. So if he wasn't burned, this would have killed Gardevoir. I mean, if I Moonblast, this probably would have been dead by now anyways. But I mean, I was fine with Thunderbolt. This is great for me because this means Lopunny dies to burn, which means defensive Volcarona has 3 kills already. 1 passive, but still 3 kills. And he goes into Ninetales. He misses Blizzard. If he had Snow Warning, Blizzard wouldn't have missed. Yes, I agree. Sorry. It's not my fault. You should check, but I'm still sorry for it. I mean, it kinda really didn't matter, to be honest, because I Thunderbolt, I do damage. And you outspeed me because you're also Scarf, which I didn't really think about until now, until everyone else told me at the end of the match. You killed Gardevoir anyways. So if you hit the first time you killed, but I didn't do damage to your you didn't take damage from my Thunderbolt. But I go into Volcarona. I have 35% left. Even if you hit the first time and you kill Gardevoir, Gardevoir still has health. I know I can live at this health. I calced it with modest. I lived, not by a lot, but I lived, and I just clicked Flamethrower. Or I mean, I clicked Flamethrower and kill, or it could have been, or I could click Roost, gain 50% of my health back plus leftovers, and then take the Blizzard. It does nothing. And then I just click Flamethrower and kill you. Granted, this whole time I didn't think about the Scarf, even though he outspent my Gardevoir. I was really scared of HP Rock. So he goes for Blizzard again, and he misses. To be fair, it didn't really matter because I didn't die anyways. Yes, it's hacks, you missed, but I didn't die. Either way, I wouldn't have died. I calculated there was no way you would have killed, unless you got a crit. If you got a crit and you were like top 75% damage roll, 70% up to the max damage roll crit, then you might have killed, yes. But with my defense investment, and since I resisted this, I was gonna live anyway. So sorry for the hacks on the Blizzard, but it didn't really matter because I lived. And I click Roost, and I just gained all my health back. Anyways, and at this point, Ninetales can't do anything, but he keeps it in, and I don't know why, and he goes for the Blizzard again. Misses, unfortunately, and I go for the Flamethrower, getting the kill. Granted, yes, I am kind of upset, and I'm sorry, but I mean, it didn't really matter. I again save Volcarona and Scrafty because I'm like, I want to keep this thing alive. Skull gets a crit, I was like, oh, well, this thing isn't a switch anymore. And at this point, I just show my last move. I just want to see what he does, and I just go for the Protect, as he goes for the Scald, which makes sense. And so I'm fine. I'm like, I have enough health. I can live with Volcarona. I go into Tornadus because I want to see what he does, and I don't want to hard switch into Volcarona because I know this thing outspeeds me and kills me with Scald. So I'm going into Tornadus, and I'm going to click U-turn, get the kill on the Starmie on the next turn, and then this thing is gone, and I have Volcarona versus Ronimo, and I kill, and game's over. So I bring this in, I take the Scald, 37%. I don't get burned, which is pretty nice for me. I was gonna go Heat. I was debating as kind of a joke, like, do I want to show the Tailwind or not? But I was like, no, I'm just gonna click U-turn. I want Volcarona to get at least one more kill. I'll go for the U-turn. For some reason, he switches out. He wants to protect Starmie for the Volcarona because it kills Volcarona and Mamoswine. And at this point, it makes sense for him to keep it, but I mean, I don't know. What's it gonna do to the Tornadus since I outspeed anyways? So anyways, I do super effective damage, and I just go into Volcarona. I take the damage. I'm just gonna get Flamethrower because I know at this point I kill. But the weird thing is, he switches out. He Volt switches, which did decent. I was like, I mean, you could Thunderbolt me and try to kill me this way. He Volt switches into Starmie, hoping that I don't kill, but Flamethrower sadly does kill, even though it's resisted at that point. And leftovers, I bring it back to 37. I'm not at what I was last turn, even with leftovers. And Volcarona, defensive Volcarona has gotten 5 kills. Ninetales has gotten 2 for Chris. Defensive Volcarona has gotten 5 kills. And is about to get its and is about to get its 6th if it can live this hit from Rotom. Next spec, I'm like, I don't understand why he didn't show Thunderbolt last turn. But he does show it this turn. I do live, and I pick up the KO. So I do pick up the 4-0 win against Chris, which means Chris is now no longer undefeated. And defensive Volcarona is a viable set. Thank you, Ace, for that. Volcarona has gotten 6 kills as defensive Volcarona. Quite surprising. It is now top 2 on the kill ladder. It's 10-0. It is second highest kill in this league as of week 5, which is great. And I'm just appalled at how wrong I was pretty excited. I didn't think Volcarona was going to do that great, but it did its job, and I'm really happy for that. Granted, I'm sorry for the hacks, Chris. I really am. Please forgive me for it. Although, Lockbody Burn was going to happen anyways, and first Blizzard on Volcarona would not have killed, and I would have killed you anyways, even without the damage Gardevoir did. So please forgive me for those 2 hacks. The one on Gardevoir, I don't think it really mattered. You still killed me at the end, and I didn't kill you. So there's that. But the Reggie burn, I really am sorry, because that was kind of unnecessary and kind of salt to the wound. But anyways, your Twin Leaf Turtwigs are now 3-1. And we are still at the second in the division behind Ace, who is now the only undefeated team in the league. Oh no, in our conference. My mistake. Only undefeated in my conference. But we are now 2 games ahead of Dean, who is 3rd in our division. So we are holding a very nice spot for playoffs. And we are 4-1 now. So that's great. We have a very good chance of making playoffs with this record and this team. I'm really happy for a defensive Volcarona pulling it through. Really nice sweep, even though it really wasn't a conventional sweep or a conventional set. Thank you, Rob and Ace, for the team help. And I hope you guys enjoyed. See you soon. Bye-bye.